They changed it to the sand, to the bouncy one. Went to slam it down. Mate, I almost knocked myself out. Took a blow. Didn't really feel it though. Yeah, so my first time coming to the Oval would have been, would have been 16 years old, I would say. Came through the Alex Stewart gates to a training session, having just signed a summer contract, maybe played 1 or 2 second team games, started at Wellington, and came for a net session with the first team at the Oval, and was just like, wow. Coming in my 1.2 red Bomber Polo, it was an absolute gem of a car. I felt like like a big shot pulling into the Oval, really, and here I was to come and train with England internationals, Surrey legends. I guess those feelings were something that, and people talk about, you don't get to a certain stage and feel like, oh, I've made it. But I think, as a young sportsman, you constantly reaching those little milestones. And somehow, I think just the way we are wired as humans, that bar always raises. You don't ever get to a point and you think, oh, I've made it, or now I'm happy. So I look back on those periods, and those were just such great days. And then occasionally being able to come and train at the Oval and be involved with the first team, pretty starstruck. But at the same time, when I came and trained with them, I wanted to clean them up. I wanted to make an impression, and luckily, which I'm going to show you now, I remember my first ever net session when I actually came to the Oval. The nets, well, we haven't used these nets for a good 10 years, really. I can't remember the last time we trained on them. And it's pretty self-explanatory why. I'll show you where they were. You can actually still see them, which is pretty crazy. That patch there, the nets were there. I don't think they saw much sunlight. I remember bowling to Gary Wilson, Vikram Solanki, and these guys on some pretty green, spicy wickets. Maybe that was one of the reasons I got given a go so young, is the help I had from the nets. So thanks, Lee. Now you got me already. Get on the line.
Don't get my nose in this, mate.
No, we're missing everything.
Payback.
Nah, all good?
Got Clarky's here taking up the whole lens though.
Alrighty, here we go then.
I don't think until you've truly performed at a highest level will you have that true confidence. But I think I grew up, and I guess it's one of the traits and one of the things I remember pretty clearly, that was instilled in us, I guess all 3 of us as brothers from my dad, was that hard-working, back-yourself mentality. Yeah, I don't know. I think I always had that inner confidence and that backing. But until you've experienced failure, I guess, for the first time, or until you've done it at a high level, I'm sure there'll be doubts, but I think, yeah, it's a superpower to have, like deep self-confidence and that, that ability to turn it on and compete, which I think is a huge thing for any sportsman. First few times you come here, you're like, wow, this is the Oval, and you're out there playing, you're sort of distracted, you're taking it in the grass, there's no massive bump you've got to jump over to try and land on the wicket, you're not rolling your ankle in the potholes in the outfield, everything like that is great. Or the first few times playing in front of such a big crowd, you're like, wow, you're taking that in. But now, I would say where I am, I'm 30, I've played here for many years now, I would say it's more the reflecting, which is special. So, after a few games or even randomly in the outfield, I found myself this year sort of when I'm there just reflecting and seeing my brother marshalling the troops and actually taking a moment there and then to be grateful and present and appreciate that. Or after the games, I'm standing up there having a drink with the team and looking at this incredible venue, little things like that. I've just tried to use those moments randomly whenever they cross my mind as a bit of a grounding experience to just be grateful. Act like I'm doing something. I'm joking.
You and Sandwich.
Yeah, no, just a little bit of visualizing, just having a look at dimensions, getting a feel. Generally when I come out to bat, you sort of want to hit, well, most people, to be honest, you don't want to be off the pace, so just get a feel of the dimensions. visualizing smacking a couple out the ground. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big thing for us. You know, traditionally, again, we've had loads of world-class players. You know, the one thing at Surrey, we've been sort of blessed with so many great players over the years. It's almost a blessing and a curse because we get to knock out games, and a lot of the guys are with England, and it's kind of what's happened over the years. But I guess it's one thing which I know Bats and Sam have been massive on this year, and trying to get a bit more consistency in the roles. And I guess my role in the team, batting and bowling where I do, is I guess one of those. Through years of, you know, doing this role, I guess I've formed confidence in it. You know, and it's, I guess the difference between being 30 and not 18 is the years of experience, you know, the trial and error, understanding what I'm good at and committing to that, sort of knowing my value really. Picture a couple of the guys running in, and yeah, a little bit of visualizing. I mean, it's not deep visualization, I'm just getting a feel of the size of the dimensions, pockets I might target, you know, seeing which sort of, what angle the wicket's at, as in is there short side, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Do you do anything when you're walking out?
Nah, I reckon you on already. Performing in pressure moments, or having that ability to flick the switch in upper level in pressure moments, I guess you could say it's similar to. It's not easy, but you know, it's kind of what we've trained years to do. And I know Sam as well. You know, sometimes when you get in that battle, it actually gives you the best chance of performing.
Tom Curran, Surrey TC.
Yeah, I'm more on the team thing. I want to win. So what that looks like, you know, I look after my own preparation and performances. But yeah, whatever I need to do on the day to get the job done is kind of my mindset, like performing. I want to go out there, perform, and yeah, bring that energy to the team and try and contribute to a win. Because, you know, from my personal experience, I've had highs and lows on a personal, you know, point of view. And again, you know, when you have amazing days personally on the field, that's great, and it feels good, but that doesn't last long. It fades pretty quickly, and nothing beats that feeling of winning a title with your team, and that collective energy and the memories that creates, yeah, will last forever. So I've been a part of finals with Surrey, never won one. This is our home. We've been knocked out in many finals, quarterfinals, and yeah, from the day this year started, it did feel like it had a special feeling about it. But you know, we've got to go out there and perform and do it.
Talk to me.
Too much running.
Talk to me.
Too much running. Nah, that's a hell of a chase. That finishing 125 not out. That's a proper innings. So nice to come out there and yeah, get us over the line. Up 3. Yeah, absolutely. We've felt good all year. Small wins, keep improving, and hopefully peaking towards the back end of the tournament. But that's a good win, that.